It's we support radio, show love to who we play it for. We told y'all that before, but this shit will make sure we say it more. Cause we still get a lot of hate, we done helped a lot of ways. Got these folks a lot of plays, let whoever ride the wave. It's we support radio, y'all know the deal.
For the people out there that don't know too much about you, give them a little bit of background about yourself, your name, where you're from, and how long you've been doing music.
Man, Tripp Fontane from Dayton, Ohio, man. Rapper, poet, producer. Man, I've been dabbling in the music since I was 7. Probably been serious since about 2011, 2012.
2011, 2012. Okay, so you've been doing music probably for about 5 years now. So within those 5 years, how many projects do you got out right now?
Professional projects. I just came out with a book. I took a lot of my old music down, you know what I'm saying? Just wanting to put a polished product out there. But I say over this time span, I've probably dropped about 3 or 4 projects, just mixtapes and EPs and things like that. But as of now, I did just finish a book of poetry. It's called All Is Fair. It's available on Amazon, Kindle, all that jazz, and there'll be an EP to accompany that. All self-produced. This will be my first time doing that as well. So I got some stuff in the works for y'all, man.
Okay, so you say that you got a poet book that you just came out with. What was the name of that again?
It's called All Is Fair.
All Is Fair. And you said that people can find that on Amazon, Kindle.
Amazon, Kindle. If you want a physical copy and you feel like you need to have your copy signed, like that's cool. You can holler at me and I'll send you that. But yeah, other than that, Amazon and Kindle, shoot your copy.
So first, with your music, what can people, expect when they hear your music?
Oh man, I would consider myself an alternative hip hop artist, and I would only say that because I don't really have a box when it comes to my music. I make music based off of how I feel, so you might catch a happy record, you know what I'm saying, about me catching some twerk in the club. Then the next day you might, catch a record about poverty or systematic oppression or something like that. So just expect something to make you that you can feel. I say that. Expect something you can feel.
Okay, so far as with this project that you got coming up, I see that you before we got to doing the interview, you said that you got a tour coming up that you're working on, far as with the EP and the book.
I'm currently on tour.
So you're currently on tour. I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we all good, man. I'm actually home from the second leg of the tour. I'm on tour with my guys from Dayton, metaphorically speaking. My boy Ace Metaphor and my man Jay Martinez. We on a Dear Future Wife tour. It's a poetry tour. Next leg is 14th. We in Boston, then we in New York, then we in Baltimore, Virginia, man. Y'all get ready, get y'all tickets if you ain't got them. But yeah.
So this tour, is this just a poetry tour or is this a music tour?
This is poetry. This is
okay.
Poetry. As of late, I've been primarily poetry, just because I found it a little bit easier to express myself via that medium. So I've made a lot more strides in that arena. But the tour is definitely poetry, and it's been lovely, man. It's a blessing.
So with this EP, is this EP going to be, have like a poetry sound? Is it going to have a hip hop sound? Like what kind of direction is you going far as with the EP that you spoke on?
The EP is going to be the first time on the same project where my poetry and my music are together. So it's going to be different. I'm not really sure, where I've been, like in what space I've been as far as my production, man, but it's real funky, it's real, it almost got a skating ring feel to it, you know what I mean? So you can expect something with a lot of bounce, something fun, something warm to accompany the project. Definitely some groovy music, there's some groovy stuff coming.
Okay, so before we wrap everything up, man, give out all your social media to where, if the people wanted to get the book and get in contact with you and stay following what you got going on, go ahead and plug in all your social media info.
You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, at Tripp Fontane, it's TRIPPFONTANE. Facebook, Tripp Fontane, TRIPP, space FONTANE. It's the same thing on everything, spelled the same way, because consistency, you feel me? Just holla at me. Even if you ain't getting a book, even if you're not, You know what I mean? If you need production, if you need collabs, you know, holla at me, man. Let's work.
Okay, man, and one question that I like to ask artists, you know, anybody that I get on here, you know, the name of the show is We Support Radio. So my question is, once you finally get yourself financially stable to where you're able to give back, you know, to your community, to where you from, what is your first plan to give back once you're financially stable? I like to say financially stable because of the fact some people think, okay, yeah, you can get $1 million deal today, but you still got so much other stuff that you got to take care of. So once you get stable, what do you feel like that you can do to help your community?
You about to lead me down a completely different rabbit hole, man. Philanthropy work is probably one of the biggest driving forces for me. So I think the very first thing I would do is create a financial literacy program for multiple levels. That's elementary, middle, high school, and adults, because that's a major issue that we have as disenfranchised people, as black people, is financial literacy. We have a huge problem in that area, and that generational wealth and the lack therein is really holding us back. You know what I mean? It's hard to advance when every single generation has to start at ground zero and pick up the scraps that their parents left them. So I think that's a huge piece. And another piece I want to do is essentially I want to make private school quality education available to the public, because the public school system is failing our children. If you look at the grades of the school systems throughout Ohio, man, like, even if a student gets straight A's, like, the school district is rated like a D or a C, so you know what's that really mean. So I definitely want to give our children, our future, a fair shot, and I think education, now I know education is the first place that starts. So those are two major things for me, and they're gonna happen. That's not like a hypothetical, like it's gonna pop.
That's what's up, man. So there y'all have it, man. ATC We Support Radio. Let the people know your name.
Tripp Fontane.
Tripp Fontane, man. Y'all stay on the lookout for him.